I was going for again on a cruise. Bad trip.
Tonight, fatal flight 1016, stories of tragedy and survival. Tonight, a copycat kidnapper is caught in the act. Tonight, Maria Gardell, a founding father's dream.
Hey, I'm a citizen. I'm an American lady.
This is The Night Beat with Dan Mountney, Asha Blake, Steve Garagiola Sports, and Paul Long's Big Picture Forecast.
Good evening. The latest on the crash of U.S. Air Flight 1016 in a moment, but first a breaking story. A 4-year-old girl was killed late tonight in a hit-and-run accident in Taylor. The little girl was with her mother going for a walk when both were struck by a car that then fled the scene. The mother survived. The driver, we are now told, has been caught. The Night Beat's Kevin Dietz is in Taylor at the corner of Joan and Herald with a live report. Kevin, what can you tell us?
We're in Taylor tonight. Yesterday, a little girl by the name of Miranda Cushion turned 4 years old. Tonight, she is dead. About 9:30, a car came rushing down this street at about 70 to 80 miles per hour. It hit one car here and then went through the intersection. That's where little Miranda and her mother were going for a walk. Miranda was on her new bicycle. The car actually hit Miranda, not the mother, and Miranda is now dead. Witnesses were shocked and stunned.
Next thing you know, we look up, we see a car flying past here. He hit my wife's uncle's car, slipped on the sidewalk, flipped the girl up. I saw the girl fly in the air. He went in between the house and the street, went over the stop sign in between the other two streets, and kept on going.
He hit that girl. She just like flew in the air, and then she landed over there by the tree. And then I ran over there, and I mean, oh, it was gross. And she was just everywhere on the ground.
When I got there, she was mangled. The bike was unrecognizable. There was a pulse, but it was probably just a reflexive pulse.
He's caught up with the car in Dearborn Heights. The man driving that car has been arrested. Neighbors here say they recognize and know the man. They say he has a history of heavy drinking. Police are still on the scene and investigating. Dan, we'll have more on this story tomorrow.
Kevin, what can you tell us about the mother? How is she doing?
Actually, Dan, the mother was never hit. Just the little girl on the bicycle was hit. She was riding her bike. The mother was walking next to her, but the mother was actually never hit. She's obviously very upset over the loss of her daughter, but she was not injured in this accident.
Okay, thank you. Kevin Dietz reporting live from Taylor. Now tonight's big story, the faces of tragedy. Stephen and Rita Maddox were married this weekend. Their life together would begin with a Caribbean honeymoon. Tonight, family and friends who had gathered to celebrate will now grieve the newlyweds who were among 37 people killed in the crash of U.S. Air Flight 1016. As investigators search for the cause of the crash, NBC's Tom Donovan reports on the people who died and survived.
One by one, emergency crews handled the grim task of removing the bodies of the victims of Flight 1016. All day long, investigators searched through the wreckage looking for clues as to why the big DC-9 crashed. The plane was attempting to land in bad weather when the flight crew decided to abort the landing attempt and try again. It was swinging around to the right when it crashed, tearing off the tops of trees and ripping down telephone cables and poles before sliding across a road, part of the plane coming to rest against the nearby house. The plane's voice and flight recorders have been sent to Washington, D.C. for examination. Investigators confirmed the crew was trying to make a second attempt at landing and had discussed wind shear.
Later, there was the sound of windshield wipers coming on, and after that, the sound of heavy rain. And approximately 8 seconds later, they performed a go-around maneuver.
20 seconds later, the plane crashed. The flight's pilot and co-pilot remain hospitalized. They'll give investigators their version of events on Tuesday, hopefully shedding new light on exactly what happened. For the victims' families, it's been a long day of waiting. Roger and Inga Hamilton's daughter, Rita, is one of the 37 who did not survive.
We didn't find out until 9 o'clock at night or 10. Just when we first heard about it. It took us till midnight to find out they were even on that flight.
Rita and Steve Maddox had married that same day. They were heading for their honeymoon.
She was married for 5 hours.
But Robert Thomas of Phoenix was one of the lucky ones. He literally walked away from the crash.
I don't know why I'm here. When I got up, everything around me there was nobody. Everybody was either buried or not there.
And again, in terms of the cause of the crash, Charlotte Douglas International Airport is equipped with the ground-level detection system that detects wind shear and microburst, those sudden violent crosswinds or downdrafts that can cause a plane to crash. We spoke with the FAA in Atlanta. They say that the equipment recorded what was going on in terms of the weather conditions at the time of the crash, but they will not say what the equipment shows at this point. Tom Donovan, NBC News in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Some federal investigators, however, did say that weather conditions were so bad at the time of the crash that 2 other jetliners decided not to take off. Recapping what we know tonight about Flight 1016, 37 people are confirmed dead. 20 people survived the crash. Most of them remain hospitalized. Investigators say it's too early to speculate on a cause of the crash, but flight data recorders have been recovered and should be a big help in that probe. It's the worst single day of auto accidents in Texas state history, with a death toll nearly as great as the airplane crash in North Carolina. 3 car accidents in Weatherford, Snyder, and Ballinger, Texas, have claimed 31 lives. The worst was in Weatherford when a tractor-trailer rear-ended a family's van. 14 children were inside the van. All of them burned to death when it exploded.
He come to rest in the median, and he was on fire, and I jumped out of the car to go try to help him put out the fire, and I noticed the van up in front of the truck. There was people trying to help a couple of people out of the van, and I ran back to the car. We have a car phone to call for help.
Police say the 18-wheeler hit the van with such force that its front bumper reached the van's front seat. The hazards of fireworks nearly cost the lives of an entire family in Brownstown Township this weekend. The cause of this fire hasn't been determined, but children who lived here were reportedly playing with sparklers. When some of the fireworks didn't ignite, they reportedly put them in the garage under a bucket. During the night, fire ignited, gutting the home, but the family escaped without injury. One of our fundamental freedoms is the right to worship without fear of persecution. That heritage of religious freedom was at the heart of today's 4th of July celebration at the Hartford Memorial Baptist Church. It was a classic Independence Day picnic, plenty of food, a chance to see old friends, and hear a few candidates share their thoughts on freedom in the form of political speeches. If the 4th of July weekend has you feeling patriotic tonight, Uncle Sam's glad to have you on his side. That's because a new poll says most Americans are losing their faith in the American dream. And half of those polled believe that Americans are losing the personal freedoms that help to build the nation's foundation. But not Maria Gardella. She came to the United States 70 years ago in search of a better life. She's lived in Michigan the whole time, despite the fact she's still an Italian citizen. But the Night Beat's Bob Bennett reports all of that will change tomorrow morning when she raises her right hand and becomes an American.
She destroys nearly all of the myths about the elderly. Maria Gardella is 90 years old. She gets around like a woman much, much younger, is not hard of hearing, has good eyesight, and is extremely sharp mentally. On Monday, she will be the oldest person in the Detroit area to become a naturalized American citizen.
To me, I say, I'm a citizen. I'm an American lady.
Maria has worn this medal since 1976, America's bicentennial year. She and her husband came to Detroit in the 1920s when her daughter Albina was only 10 months old. Her husband, a blacksmith, lost his job and took the family back to Italy during the Depression, but she remained loyal to America, hiding an American flag in her home. When the American soldiers came to liberate Genoa, her hometown, she grabbed the flag and started waving it.
Then I say, oh, now, I'm going to put my flag on top of the chimney. Yeah. And now I was so happy because there's no flag over there.
The Gardellas came back to Detroit in 1946. About a year ago, Maria's daughter Albina told her mother's story to a customs officer at the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel.
Inspector Alexander said, "What a beautiful story." And he said we should make her an American citizen.
Why does Maria love America so much? She says other immigrants can tell you.
They work and they make money to live, to make a house, and after you rent, then you can buy the house after a couple years. See? Everybody think that to come to the United States.
Maria plans nothing special after being sworn in, just having dinner at home with her daughter and friends and working in her rock garden. Bob Bennett on the Night Beat.
And congratulations in advance, Maria. Well, the swearing-in ceremonies get underway at 10:30 tomorrow morning at Hart Plaza. An Illinois couple gets the help Jan and Roberta DeBoer never had. Coming up on the Night Beat, a victory for adoptive parents. A copycat kidnapping in California has people thinking about poly class, but this time there's a happy ending.
Always good. Will there be a happy ending to our holiday weekend? It was absolutely gorgeous today. What would be the odds of that happening 2 days in a row on a holiday weekend in Michigan? I think you know the answer. We will have the details just ahead.
BMW and Mercedes may say their cars walk on water, yet perhaps their owners would disagree. Nearly 2 out of 3, when replacing their cars, chose something else. Lexus, however, has the highest repurchase rate of any import luxury car line. So before you buy one of them, check with someone who's already gotten their feet wet. Whether you buy or lease, see the LS at Lexus of Lakeside, Sterling Heights.
Every year, American business wastes millions on international calls using the wrong long-distance company. Now with MCI's Proof Positive Worldwide, you can save up to 50% off typical international calls around the world. Call and put that money back in your business. Every year, American business wastes millions on international calls using the wrong long-distance company. Now with MCI's Proof Positive Worldwide, you can save up to 50% on typical calls to Europe. Call and put that money back in your business.
It's the spectacular grand finale of Art Van's gigantic 4th of July sale. The savings are exploding this Sunday and Monday with 0% financing for 12 full months. That's no down payment, no payments, and 0% interest until July 1995. Savings of 25 to 65% on the best names in furniture, plus free hot dogs and pop. Don't miss your last chance at 0% financing for 12 full months. Don't miss the grand finale of Art Van's massive 4th of July sale. Sunday noon till 5, Monday 10 till 6.
It was a cold, rainy night when she left me. I thought my luck had finally run to sentence end when it appeared in the distance. Then I heard a voice.
Play Michigan Lotto, and a buck could change your luck.
And you know what? It did. When I saw her again, she didn't exactly drop to her knees and beg me to take her back. But hey, it was still well worth the buck.
Now send in your non-winning 5-wager Michigan Lotto tickets during the Sweet 16 new car giveaway.
Family and friends of Coit Ford Jr. are combing their East Side neighborhood tonight, trying to find him. The 70-year-old man was last seen this morning when he went on his daily walk along Fenelon Street. Family members say he is diabetic and had recent open heart surgery. They are concerned that he needs his daily medication and are asking anyone who may have seen Coit Ford to contact the Detroit police. A 12-year-old girl is safe at home tonight after being abducted at knife point 24 hours ago in California. Katie Romanek was kidnapped from her home by a man posing as a home buyer. 100 police officers searched a rural area east of San Francisco where they found the girl unharmed and arrested a suspect. Police are calling it a case of copycat kidnapping. Last winter, a man abducted 12-year-old Polly Klass from her home in Petaluma. Her body was found a month later. A suspect was caught and charged with her murder. L.A. police are apparently unimpressed with the latest development in the O.J. Simpson murder investigation. Yesterday, a woman found a knife in the bushes near Simpson's Brentwood mansion, but investigators told the Los Angeles Times they're skeptical about it being the murder weapon. The lead prosecutor in the case visited the crime scene today, but refused to say why she was there. A victory today for adoptive parents in Illinois. Governor Jim Edgar today signed a bill that requires a special hearing in child custody cases to determine what's in the best interest of the child. The measure is being called the Baby Richard Law, named after a 3-year-old boy whose biological parents won him back. An accident at the Tour de France sends bicyclists flying over their handlebars. See it for yourself when the Night Beat returns. And as Uncle Sam gets ready to celebrate number 218, A local woman joins the Century Club. The Tigers may be inching towards the cellar, but two of them are all-stars. Steve Garagiola along next to show you which one.
Make your next calling card call. Try this. Dial 0 plus the number you're calling. If you hear Ameritech, you're guaranteed not to get ripped off. But if you hear Zippy's Phonorama, and you're on your own. Okay, let's review. Ameritech? Good. Lulu's Phones Are Us? Bad. Good? Bad. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Fire alarm! Just kidding. Just dial 0.
Ameritech.
Show off.
Gardner White will pay you to shop at our holiday sale. This 4th of July at Gardner White, save 30 to 60% store-wide. Then, who pays your sales tax? We do. Who pays your interest? We do. And you pay nothing till January 1995. Gardner White will pay you to shop at our holiday sale this 4th of July. Who saves big? You do.
Gardner White Furniture. We're known by the money you keep.
Now is the time to come together to celebrate freedom. Freedom means that we're able to follow our dreams and make them come true. We celebrate a future where anything is possible.
We believe that if we help each other and work together,
we will make our community a better place to live. Because what we are tomorrow depends on what we do today.
Some dealerships offer the moon and stars, but your local Jeep and Eagle dealers are also tossing in the sun. Because right now you can lease any Eagle Vision with no down payment and get an ASC sunroof at no extra charge. So hop into the award-winning Eagle Vision TSI with an electric sunroof for $0 down and just $338 a month. Or do your sunbathing in the sophisticated Vision ESI for $0 down and just $293 a month. But you'd better act fast because the sun sets on this deal July 31st. See your Southeast Michigan Jeep and Eagle dealers.
Night Beat Sports is brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Jeep and Eagle dealer.
The first leg of the Tour de France bicycle race ended in dramatic style, and that's our video of the day. Several riders near the front of the pack were making a charge for the finish line when a Belgian rider hit a police officer standing at the edge of the crowd. He crashed and started a quick chain reaction, taking several riders with him. A French rider took the worst spill with a broken nose, chipped teeth, and a bruised collarbone. Otherwise, everybody was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Nasty spill there.
You can't stand on the course.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Bad place.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Tigers not doing all that well.
Tigers.
Supposed to be a good road trip. What happened?
Yeah, Tigers should get out of the way. It's been a terrible road trip. And you're right, the All-Star break can't come quickly enough for the Tigers. They've now dropped 3 games below 500. Again, they lose tonight. 5-3 to the Texas Rangers in Texas. The Rangers scored 5 times in the 3rd inning. Oda McDowell hits a home run every time Halley's Comet returns, so this one came just a little bit early. His first of the season comes off Tim Belcher. It's a 1-0 game. 2 errors in the inning kill the Tigers. Alan Trammell, Mr. Steady, throws it into the first row. That scores a run. Chad Kruger jumped, but forget it, that was gone. Will Clark scored 3-0 lead. The only Tiger runs came in the 6th. Tony Phillips, with his 12th home run of the year, it was a solo shot. 2 more runs made the final 5-3. Texas, same teams. Try one more time tomorrow night. Tigers try to salvage something. The starters and the reserves for Tuesday's All-Star game in Pittsburgh were announced today. Travis Fryman and Mickey Tettleton were selected to represent the Tigers as reserves. We'll give you the starters for both leagues coming up on Final Edition. Now, tennis, Pete Sampras is $500,000 richer thanks to a straight set victory at Wimbledon this afternoon. Sampras, well, just blew away Croatian Goran Ivanisevic. The first 2 sets actually went to Sampras in tiebreakers. But if there was any suspense, that was the end of it. Sampras showed all his weapons today. He has strength. He has a soft touch. He won the final set of the match 6-love, and boy, he can just do it all. It was serve and volley tennis, over 40 aces, no rally longer than 6 shots in the match, which made it a little bit boring, but not for Sampras. Wins his 2nd straight Wimbledon. 4th Grand Slam win in the last 5 events, and I don't think there's any doubt at all. He is the #1 player in the world. Soccer tonight at Wisner Stadium in Pontiac. The Detroit Wheels beat the Sioux City Breeze 3-2. The final score, the Wheels' first goal came from Bobby Markovsky in the 25th minute. Oh, he just blew that one by the Breeze goaltender. He blew that one, never mind. The win gives the Wheels 6-6 record for the season, and we'll have World Cup highlights coming up on Final Edition. In golf, Nick Price became a 3-time winner on the PGA Tour, a victory at the Western Open. And on the Senior Tour, South African Simon Abde, a 75, not a sparkling final round, but I think he was just glad to get home. The 75 was good enough to give him the U.S. Open Championship. Yeah, you should be thankful when you shoot a 75 and win about $100,000.
I'd be grateful.
I'd be.
And he looks like he is, too.
And he was, yes.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
On the 4th of July, there's nothing like a barbecue and a good fireworks show, but you may not like what Mother Nature is cooking up for Independence Day. Paul Long takes you flying in search of thunderclouds. Next.
Probably expect a car that's big on standard features, big on power, big on safety, room, and comfort, to also come with a big price. But not Mercury Grand Marquis, because now at this low price, it's not Grand Marquis' biggest feature, it's the best feature. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now, because supplies are getting smaller.
Now at Scott Shop Trine, July 4th specials. Formidable discounts, 4 fantastic ways to save. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 off. The foremost names in furniture, plus 12 months free financing. Henredon, Baker, Cheryl Swaim, and more. 4 days only. The best furniture becomes affordable at Scott Shop Trine. Prices cut by as much as 75%. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 off. Plus 12 months free financing. Unfortunately, we must end this sale Tuesday. Hurry to Scott Shop Trine forthwith.
His father came to Detroit, as many did, to find work, and got a job on the line at Ford as a rigger. His mother worked at home, raising the young boy and his 3 sisters. There was never much money, but there was love and respect and hope. The young boy grew. A war came. He joined the Navy and served his country in the Pacific. After the war, he went to college on the GI Bill. He married his high school sweetheart, and they began to raise a family of their own. This week, they celebrate their 46th wedding anniversary. And Ed McNamara has never forgotten the values he learned growing up. It's why Ed McNamara has worked day and night to bring in thousands of new jobs our working families need. It's why he created a program to educate young expectant mothers and to provide them with health care, a program that is saving lives. Ed McNamara, the leader who's making Wayne County work for all our families.
I sure hope you enjoyed today's weather, because this guy is here to tell you that it's kind of a one-time deal here, or what do you think?
A one-time deal?
Well, for the
you
weekend,
mean to tell
anyway.
me over the last 3 months, all the nice days we've had, and you say this is a one-time deal?
I'm sorry, I apologize. I was speaking of this particular holiday weekend that means so much to so many.
That's true, including Moa.
Mm.
However, tomorrow I think we got a chance of storms.
Yeah?
In fact, I know we have a chance of storms, but that doesn't mean that the whole day is going to be a washout, but it was absolutely stupendous, beautiful today. Blue sky, gentle breeze, low humidity, 80 degrees, just San Diego weather. 57 degrees, the low this morning, and there are the normals. I actually had somebody call me up for the San Diego forecast the other day, and it's like 82 and sunny every day. Clear skies right now, and 68 degrees relative humidity by coincidence at 68%. Pressure is on the rise, and the winds right now are out of the east at 8 miles an hour. Temperatures around the rest of the state right now, everybody, well, pretty mild, actually. It's been a cool day up north, but mild right now, 61 degrees, 57 at the Sioux, 61s at Marquette, and 65 at Traverse City. On the satellite picture right now, you can see the remnants of Tropical Storm Adolfo. It is now a tropical depression, but still 35-mile-an-hour winds, torrential rains, risk of tornadoes and such across the Southland. Now, for us, there's a little layer of clouds moving through, actually a little thunderstorm to the southwest and more clouds to the west. And we will see these sort of gradually moving into the area and increasing overnight, especially toward dawn. In fact, let's take a look under the clouds right now at the radar picture. And this is indeed a thunderstorm that is creating some rain down there, and also more as you head back to Iowa, some rain showers. Starting to get a lot more moisture up here from the Gulf and the remnants of Adolfo and such. So again, tomorrow we're going to have a chance of those thunderstorms. Not as good a chance as they're going to have down south, where every place from southeastern Mississippi all the way into the Carolinas, they could see 2-3 inches of rain. And then, of course, all of this mess we might be seeing move in here later on. The record heat down in Texas, we won't be seeing record heat, but we'll be seeing some of the warm stuff, because here's the scenario. This is the cold front that came through actually a couple of days ago, and it's been there have been showers and thunderstorms the last couple of days. Really, I mean, as close as central Indiana and Ohio, so we've been quite fortunate. High pressure over us kept us dry yesterday and nice today. However, for tomorrow, this front's going to be coming back in the form of a warm front. Right now, I think the best chance is going to be in the afternoon and evening hours for some more thunderstorm activity. And then with this front kind of in the general vicinity over the next few days, we're going to be seeing warm temperatures and, again, chance of thunderstorm straight on through Friday at any given moment, not all the way till Friday. Here's the forecast in detail, calling for the rest of tonight. Increasing clouds toward dawn will fall off only to 63 degrees and an east wind of 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then the extending into tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms a possibility, otherwise mostly cloudy. 88 degrees for the high, south to southeast wind 5 to 15. And the extended forecast, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a chance of a hit or miss thunderstorm here or there. And it's going to be hot with the temperatures right around 90 degrees. Humidity will be up too. Adolfo is a major league fly in the ointment in terms of what's going to happen for us this week. If you've got outdoor plans, if I had outdoor plans tomorrow, I would still plan on them.
Adolfo or Alberto?
Alberto.
There you go.
Adolfo, Alberto. It's an Adolfo side.
Thanks, Paul. This holiday weekend marked a very special milestone for one local woman. Mrs. Gayshina Rife has seen more Independence Days than most of us will ever see. She was getting ready to celebrate her 100th birthday this week. Friends and family gathered today at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Romeo. Mrs. Rife raised 8 children and grandchildren, great-grandchildren, even great-great-grandchildren. So many we don't even know how many. But she has quite a legacy. Happy birthday to her. That's all for the Night Beat. Thanks for joining us. Sports Final Edition with Steve Gargiulo is coming your way next. Have a great holiday. So long.